I'm a big Jon Jones fan. I met Jon Jones years and years ago in Buffalo at the casino. Very nice guy, very well built. I mean, the guy is long as hell. I mean, his wingspan is ridiculous. And he's probably going to go down as the greatest MMA fighter of all time. That fight was absolutely rigged. I don't care what anybody tells me. That guillotine lock, and I heard what Jon Jones said at the end of the fight. He said that he heard his spine crack, and that's why he tapped out. It's hard to believe the way he was positioned. Yes, he put his weight on his neck. It's hard to believe a 270-pound, ox of a man would tap out to a guillotine chokehold that wasn't even really fully sunk. Okay? I'm sorry, and I don't care what Dana White says, and he is trying to find a way to sell the product right now because, let's be honest, the product is not as good as it has been over the years. It's not. Jon Jones coming back, signed an eight-fight contract. Now they're saying that you'd be lucky if you see him fight Stipe. That's it. They're saying that he might walk away after Stipe. He wants to fight Stipe, but there's no guarantees that that's going to happen. Now, Dana White says he will, and Jon Jones already came out at his press conference saying that he wants to fight Stipe. But to sit here today, and I've heard stories about the Jake Paul, and I know Jake Paul, he's a Disneyland or Disney, social media guy, and he's all about selling and marketing himself, and he's a great marketer. To see the stories that were coming out that I think Fury was supposed to be knocked out in the 8th round, and that's what was supposed to happen, and they were non-decided about that. To me, and I believe that story. I believe that story to be true, because I think boxing, even though it's a prize fighting, it's been around for years, and it was prize fighting, it's become a sellout sport. It has been. And now mixed martial arts is turning that way too, with the judges and the money that's being invested. First of all, these fighters aren't making enough money for their fights. An average UFC fighter for a fight is making $10,000. $10,000. Gane, who, by the way, was, the unified champion going into the Jon Jones fight, okay? And it was up for grabs. The fact is that what is he making for that fight? Jon Jones probably made $1.5 million on that fight. I don't know the exact number, but he probably made a little bit over $1 million. How much did Gane make? How much did he make?
No, they're making more than that.
No. An average UFC fighter's making $10,000. You can look it up. Now it's a heavyweight fight, so he's probably making $100,000.
They're making more than that because you clearly missed the Chael Sonnen interview. Chael Sonnen fought. He fought. God, I'm drawing a blank on who the
Anderson
fight was.
Silva.
Look it up.
Anderson Silva.
It might have been Anderson Silva. Do you know how much he got paid for the Anderson Silva fight?
How much?
$8.5 million.
Go look that up, Speedy.
Who's the guy? Anderson Silva versus who?
Don't need to look it up. Go on YouTube. Go to the Andrew Schultz podcast.
Cyril
and
Gane.
go look for the interview.
UFC fighter.
Who's the fighter?
Chael.
I think it was.
Sonnen.
I think.
I got it.
Chael Sonnen.
Okay.
Anderson Silva fight. How much money did he make? I'm telling you, he didn't make $8.5 million.
He's saying he did.
All right. He's saying that he did. I don't believe it. There's no way.
There is.
I'm gonna tell you why it's not. No way. Conor McGregor has made more money than any UFC fighter in any fight, and the most money Conor McGregor has won in a fight was like $10 million. Okay, $10 million.
50,000.
50,000 he made. He didn't make $8 million.
He's saying
he's a liar. He is a liar. He did steroids. He's a liar. I don't care what Chael Sonnen says. I met him. He's a liar. He's always lied, and he has a big podcast and everything like that. I don't care what that man says. An average UFC fighter, and Weidman was a champion. Weidman didn't wait. I don't think he's ever broken $1 million for a fight, and he was a champion. Chael Sonnen was never a champion. So for him to come out and say he made $8 million against Anderson Silva, what a crock of you know what.